That's not, I don't do drugs, but people do drugs. I don't do drugs of any kind.
If you thought Tamar and Funky's little beef was just gonna fade away into Instagram shade, think again. Sis came back swinging with a haymaker that landed straight on his reputation. She called Funky Dineva a crackhead. And let's be clear, she didn't just block him, she didn't just call him messy. Tamar went right for the jugular. She dragged out the whispers that have been chasing him for years. Funky's whole brand has always lived in chaos. Wild lives, unfiltered YouTube rants, club appearances where people constantly side-eye like, did he pop something before he hit that live button? That energy has been following him forever. And Tamar just lit the fuse on it. During her first IG live since that jaw-dropping incident that left her with loosened teeth, Tamar threw the bomb. She didn't hold back, flat out saying Funky always seems to be on something. And here's the gag. She even hinted she's sitting on videos of him high as a kite. Videos she suggested might just see the light of day now that their friendship is officially buried. That ain't shade, that's straight up character destruction. And let's not act brand new. These allegations don't come out of nowhere. Funky himself has laughed on camera about turning up, about edibles, about drinking. Remember that bizarre night he went live rambling about cabbage and smothered pork? He kept swearing, I'm not high, I am not high, but I am on an edible. Fans clocked it instantly. Tamar's flipping those exact receipts, spinning them into proof that this ain't just about weed brownies. She's painting the picture of a man spiraling. And trust me, Tamar's timing? Oh, it's calculated. She knew exactly when to drop this bomb. Funky didn't hold back either. He came swinging with accusations that Tamar faked her whole medical scare.
Been very open about the use that he's had in the past and things like that. So that's not news to anyone. But when you put something out there like that, makes it seem as if, is he currently using, besides, you know, edibles and things like that. Again, two people that are very drama fueled coming together in a friendship. I'm not.
He said the blood, the loose teeth, the I almost died Instagram post was nothing but a stunt to push her EP. He painted her like a liar, an opportunist, someone chasing sympathy clicks. But Tamar, she flipped the script fast. She clapped back and basically said, nah, you the liar. And instead of just defending herself, she took it straight to his darkest spot, saying, let's not forget your little powder problem. And here's the kicker. Tamar's not just tossing insults, she's building a case. She's painting Funky like an unreliable, clout-chasing blogger whose words don't hold weight. It's a defense strategy in disguise. Because if the people believe he's sloppy, unstable, and living wild, then his whole Tamar faked it story starts to crumble before it even spreads. That's how you flip public opinion like a pro. And let's not ignore the irony. Funky made his whole career off airing other people's scandals, addictions, and lowest moments. He cashed in on exposing people when they were down bad. Now, Tamar's turning the same weapon right back on him, dragging him with the same messy logic he's used on everyone else. If it walks like a junkie and talks like a junkie, maybe it is one. It's ugly, it's cruel, but it's also classic gossip warfare. Tamar's not fighting clean, she's going for the kill. And when someone accuses you of faking a health scare just to sell records, you don't just defend yourself, you hit them where it hurts most. For Funky, that means the long-whispered demons he always brushed off as just jokes.
And please don't, I blocked you, I don't engage, I'm not gonna say your name, just don't talk about me. I don't want anything else to do with you. You're not my friend. Okay, I don't like me.
And the streets? Oh, they're wide awake watching this play out. The Tamartians are living for it, while Funky's diehard supporters swear every word out of Tamar's mouth is a lie. But here's the truth. Tamar ripped the mask clean off, and whether the crackhead label is fact or fiction, that stain might stick to Funky forever. Once that kind of name gets attached to you, it's almost impossible to scrub off. And Tamar? Oh, she's not stopping at IG shade. Sis allegedly did the one thing Funky never saw coming. She put her lawyers on speed dial. Yep, you heard me right. Tamar Braxton, singer, TV star, and walking headline, is now talking lawsuits. And honestly, it makes sense. Funky didn't just come for her vocals or her attitude. He accused her of staging a fake medical emergency, using her own health scare like a PR rollout for her EP. That's not just messy shade, that's sliding into straight-up defamation territory. Think about it. The way Funky spun that story painted Tamar like a liar, a manipulator, and a woman desperate for attention. And if you know anything about Tamar, you know she guards her reputation like a crown. That's her brand, that's her legacy, and she's not letting a YouTube rant tear it down. And here's where it gets even juicier. Funky didn't just double down, he went on YouTube talking reckless, bragging about how he'd meet her where she at and profit off the drama. Oh, but Tamar, she didn't just hear disrespect in that. She heard dollar signs in court. This ain't just gossip anymore. It's about to turn into legal fireworks. The public spin moved fast. Tamar's fans were hyped, cheering her on like, yes sis, sue his messy self. Make him put his money where his mouth is. They're itching to see her drag Funky into court the same way Cardi B dragged Tasha K. And don't forget, Cardi walked away with a multi-million-dollar judgment. Tamar's clearly trying to flip that same playbook, proving that even the loudest blogger can't outrun the law. But Funky? He's no rookie in this game.
These people accuse me of doing some of the most heinous things I've ever been accused of on the planet. And the only thing you got to say to me in this moment is, please don't ruin this for me.
The second Tamar started hinting at lawsuits, he jumped right back on his platform and started spinning the narrative. To his subscribers, he swore, I don't know what happened to that lady. I swear on my mama's life, I got no reason to lie. He even said he just passed Tamar Drive, Heavenly's number, and went on with his night, period. Then he flipped it again, framing himself as the real victim of Tamar's mind games. He claimed she let the world think he physically hurt her, only to clap back when he tried to defend himself. To Funky, her lawsuit talk isn't about justice. It's about muzzling him because she can't handle the truth he's been spilling. And don't forget, Funky's got his own army too. His YouTube crew rides for him heavy. They call him messy, sure, but also real. They believe he overshares, not lies. To them, Tamar's lawsuit threat looks like intimidation, a desperate attempt to Cardi B him into silence. And the way these fans are eating it up, whew! It's like watching a Love and Hip Hop blogger edition play out in real time. Shady, dramatic, and messy as ever. Here's the gag. In their own twisted ways, both Tamar and Funky are winning. Tamar's soaking up sympathy from her fans, looking like a woman finally standing up for herself. Meanwhile, Funky's cashing out, flipping every single one of her IG lives into YouTube content, running it back with commentary, and getting those views. It's pure tit for tat. Lawsuit threat for shady live, insult for reaction video. And baby, this cycle ain't slowing down one bit. But Tamar's playing chess, not checkers. She knows a lawsuit can flip the whole table. Just look at what Cardi B did to Tasha K. And Funky? He knows once that crackhead label sticks and lawsuits start circling, every word he spits out starts looking shaky. That's why this feud isn't just shade anymore, it's survival. And here's where it really gets messy. Tamar didn't stop at words. Nope, sis allegedly pulled out the heavy artillery, receipts. And not the cute screenshot kind either. We're talking videos. Tamar straight up hinted that she's sitting on clips of Funky in his most vulnerable, wobbly, high as a kite moments. In her own words, a crackhead caught on camera. See, Tamar knows the power of visuals. Tweets can vanish, IG captions can be deleted, but a video? That lives forever. And word on the street is, she's holding footage that could embarrass Funky on a whole new level. She swears this isn't gossip blog exaggeration. She claims Funky's been dabbling in substances for years, and now she's got proof. If those clips ever leak, that's game over. Funky wouldn't just look like a messy blogger anymore. He'd be branded an unreliable source, a man whose credibility is cooked. But here's the thing. Funky ain't new to this game. He's been surviving scandals for years, and he knows exactly how to spin it. People been whispering about Funky's habits for years, and he's never exactly hidden from it. He'll admit to edibles, heavy drinking, wild nights, but the key is, he always flips it into content. That's his whole shtick. Yeah, I was high and I still said what I said. Funky takes what should be an embarrassment and turns it into branding. So here's the twist. Tamar pulling out alleged receipts could actually backfire. Instead of wrecking him, it might just make him more relatable. Fans eat up transparency. And let's be real, messy sells. But messy with receipts? Oh baby, that prints money. And let's not forget, Funky's no innocent in the receipts game either. Before Tamar even hinted at having videos, Funky himself teased he had dirt on her. Remember that rant on his YouTube? He ended it saying he could lay her all the way out with what he knows, but he chose to hold back. That wasn't kindness. That was a warning. Translation? Don't push me, sis. I've got ammo too. Now we're staring at a full-blown standoff. Tamar's allegedly sitting on explosive clips of Funky high as a kite, while Funky's allegedly holding secrets about Tamar's infamous pool of blood night. maybe even more skeletons in her closet. And the blogs? Whew. They're sitting front row like it's Mayweather versus Pacquiao, just waiting to see who drops first. The fans are split straight down the middle. Tamar's squad is chanting, "Release the tapes! Show the world Funky ain't nothing but a crackhead clout chaser." Funky's supporters fire back, "Nah, sis, you're just mad because he told the truth, or at least his version of it." And then you've got the trolls in the cheap seats screaming, "Drop all the receipts!" We love the drama, not the dignity. But let's be real for a second. This receipts war is dangerous for both of them. If Tamar starts leaking clips, it could backfire. People will say she's petty, punching down at a blogger instead of focusing on her music. And Funky, if those alleged videos ever see daylight, even if he laughs it off and owns it, brand deals, collabs, and his credibility as a commentator could crash overnight. Here's the reality. Neither one of them actually wants to press that nuclear button. But the threat of receipts? That's what keeps this feud alive. Every IG live, every YouTube rant, every shady subtweet feels like foreplay for the bombshell that might drop. And in the gossip game, sometimes the promise of receipts is messier, juicier, and way more exciting than the actual footage itself. Because once a video leaks online, there's no undoing it. That toothpaste ain't going back in the tube. Tamar already fired her first warning shot by calling Funky a crackhead in public. Now the million-dollar question is, will Funky clap back with his own so-called ammo? Or will both of them just keep dangling the threat forever to keep the spotlight hot? And look, let's be fair for a minute. Because when the tea is boiling this hard, you gotta sip slow. Everyone's quick to scream, "Funky's a liar," or "Tamar's messy." But the truth? Both of them got fingerprints all over this disaster. Take Tamar, for example. Nobody denies she's talented. The voice, the catalog, the Braxton name. She doesn't need gimmicks to stay relevant. And yet here we are, instead of headlines about new music, the conversations about pool of blood stories, half-done IG live makeup, and cryptic shots at Funky Dineva. The devil's advocate question practically asks itself, why is Tamar even stepping into blogger beef in the first place? Tamar is supposed to be music royalty. Sis is Grammy-nominated, her vocals are respected. She's Toni Braxton's little sister. And yet, here she is in the trenches, trading shots with Funky like they're equals. That alone has people side-eyeing her moves. Instead of shutting the drama down, it looks like she's feeding the fire and enjoying the chaos. And let's not forget, Tamar's the one who went public first with that shocking "I almost died" post. That story lit the internet on fire. But when you put something that heavy out there, you can't be surprised when people start asking questions. Funky didn't create the doubt. He just gave the skepticism a microphone and made it louder. From that angle, Tamar can't escape the fact that she stirred some of this storm herself. But flip the script. Let's talk about Funky Dineva. Yes, Funky's messy, and messy is his brand. But messy gotta have limits. If somebody you call a friend says they're in the hospital bleeding, missing teeth, your first reaction shouldn't be running to YouTube with timelines and alibis. A real friend would say, "Pray for my sis. I'll update y'all when I know more." Instead, Funky jumped defensive quick, calling her the lady, suggesting she staged the whole scare like a PR rollout. That move made him look guilty, even if he wasn't. Because let's be real, why are you so pressed to clear your name if you didn't do anything wrong? Sometimes silence speaks louder than a rant. And then we can't ignore the elephant in the room, the lifestyle allegations. Funky himself has admitted to heavy drinking, popping edibles, and wilding out. That raw honesty makes him relatable to fans. But it also hands his enemies a loaded weapon. Tamar knows this, and she's not afraid to use it. When Tamar hit Funky with the crackhead label, it landed hard. Because let's be honest, folks already saw him as reckless with substances. Fair or not, that image made the insult stick like glue. And here's the messy gag. Both sides got receipts, both sides got dirt, and both got egos way too big to back down. Tamar leans into the victim role a little too often, while Funky plays messy blogger a little too well. If we're keeping it devil's advocate, the truth is they're both wrong, just in different ways. Tamar was wrong for using tragedy and mystery to stir up attention, then turning her fan base loose on Funky when it backfired. Funky was wrong for dragging a so-called friend instead of showing even a shred of protection while she claimed she was healing. But let's keep it a buck. The only real winners are the bloggers and commentators eating off this drama. This feud keeps the clicks coming, the videos rolling, and the gossip mill spinning non-stop. Still, it's brand suicide in slow motion. Tamar's a Grammy-nominated powerhouse with one of the strongest voices of her generation. Funky Dineva carved his lane as one of the loudest, most recognizable voices in Black gossip media. Both of them are supposed to be bigger than this. But when two public figures let their beef spill out this messy, their credibility drags right along with it. And let's not forget, these two weren't supposed to be enemies, they were supposed to be friends. That's what makes the feud sting different. Tamar blasting Funky on IG, Funky clapping back on YouTube. It doesn't just come off as petty, it comes off as straight-up betrayal. So what do you think? Is this beef exposing the truth, or just two people burning their own brands for clout? Drop your thoughts below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll catch you in the next video. Audiences hate watching friendships crash and burn in public because it makes both sides look shady and untrustworthy. If Tamar is willing to air out Funky, people start asking, will she air out her sisters again? And if Funky will flip on Tamar, what's stopping him from flipping on his other so-called friends? Trust me, the industry watches that type of behavior closely. Brands, networks, and sponsors don't want unstable energy attached to their projects. And that's the saddest part of this whole mess. Both of them had golden opportunities to turn this storm into something bigger. Tamar could have doubled down on her music, used her almost died moment as a testimony of strength, and reminded everyone why her voice is legendary. Funky could have played it smart too, protecting a friend first, then later telling his side with the receipts once the dust cleared. Instead, they both picked chaos. And chaos might burn loud, but it burns out fast. So what's the legacy here? For Tamar, if she doesn't polish up her image soon, she risks being remembered more for meltdowns than for music. And Funky? If he doesn't separate the entertaining, messy blogger from the reckless persona, he risks losing the credibility that makes his reads hit in the first place. At the end of the day, this feud is messy, scandalous, and addictive to watch. But it could cost both of them more than they realize. What do you think? Is Tamar fighting for her truth, or is Funky the one keeping it real? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, subscribe for more drama, and I'll see you in the next video.